Hi there and welcome to this Hockey Inside Out Show bonus episode. I'm Stu Cowan of the Gazette, joined by my regular partners, former Canadiens teammates, 1986 Stanley Cup champs, Chris Nilan and Rick Green. Rick, Lane Hutson's contract situation was a big story this offseason. Heading into the final year of his entry-level deal with a $950,000 cap hit, which is a great bargain for the Canadiens at this point. He's going to learn a lot more than that in his next contract. Rick, how concerned are you about the contract situation right now, and what do you think his next contract will look like?
Well, obviously, with a player like that, you can't be concerned. They're going to get him signed, and they're going to do the exercise of drawing comparisons. And Lacombe, 14 goals, 49 assists, 43 points, $9 million.
Yeah, with Anaheim,
Hughes, with 9 goals and 37 assists for 44 points, $9 million. Okay, Lane's got 66 points with tremendous upside of more to come. You're going to have to probably do a little bit better than that, and they'll get a result. This guy is a real deal, and he'll be comfortable with his new contract.
Knuckles, what do you think is going to take to sign him?
Let's see. He's 21 years old. If he signs that 8-year deal, I think it's going to. I think it'll take 9 to sign him. Depending. We'll see. I mean, they have to have this player here, right?
Yeah.
He wins the Rookie of the Year. I mean, Calder Trophy. There's money in that, right? So, and then the cap going up. It's going to be an interesting negotiation. I think it'll get settled. You're 21 years old, 8-year deal, brings you to 29. And 29 years old, you can sign another contract, free agent, mind you, and make big money. So, yeah, I think $9 million, 8 years, $9 million.
Yeah, I think $9 million is the minimum. I imagine Kent Hughes would like to keep it below $9.5 million, which he paid Dobson. Like he was able to keep Caulfield and Slavkovsky below the $7.875 million that Nick Suzuki makes. We saw Connor McDavid sign a really team-friendly deal, $12.5 million, the same money he's earning now over 2 years. Obviously wants to win a Stanley Cup, and putting that ahead of, I guess, his own personal finances. Not that he's made hundreds of millions of dollars already, but that seems to be the situation now, Rick. Right? And when we saw in Minnesota, their star players signing $17.5 million or whatever it is a year, $17 million a year. It's going to be hard for that team to win with that money. So, what do you imagine? I mean, I know 21 years old. If they offer you $90 million or whatever it is, it's an awful lot of money to leave on the table, especially as a young, smallish defenseman that might get hurt.
It's unbelievable the amount of money and the increases that the guys are getting from year to year, and great for them. It's just a sign of the times, and it's a win-win situation when you get those kind of talented guys in your group. They're going to be contributing at a high level for a long time. So whatever it takes to keep them happy, and again. I know there's some discussion, and back in our day, we used to get deferments on our salary because of the tax situation. I know that there's some type of deferment that they're allowing to be used in today's players' contracts also. So they're going to do and figure and try and get the best scenario, but whatever they're going to be happy with the end result.
Yeah, it's like, these assets, again, you look at it. Years ago, you were paying a guy for what he did, right?
Mm-hmm. Brendan Gallagher, yeah.
Yeah, and he's lived up to it.
Yep.
He has. Give him credit there. But, and people thought it was a lot of money, and okay. But, you look at these assets they have now, you got to pay on what they're going to do in the future, and you're taking a risk. There's no question about it. It's like playing the stock market.
Yep.
you see what a player did last year in Hutson, and you got to know he has a bright future. And yeah, the risk is what? He's small, and could he get hurt? Everybody can get hurt. Look at Kirby Doc, how big he is, and what's happened with him the last couple of years. So, yeah, I mean that's the way it's going. Salary cap's going up, and who knows? 3-4 years from now, might look like a good deal, great deal for the team, just like Suzuki and Caulfield.
Yeah, times have certainly changed. Hey, Rick, weren't you asked to take a pay cut at one point with the Capitals?
Actually, Ryan Walter and I both were. Abe Poland, being the owner, said that you need to help us out, and we said no. No, sorry.
I took a pay cut my whole career.
I'm going to collect my $75,000 and run because I'm laughing at $75,000.
Knuckles, what do you remember about contract negotiations back in your day with Big Serge?
Yeah, it was good. My agent from Boston took care of it, but he was pretty good with me. It's funny because I was always a little chunky. I didn't work out the early years, and he said to me, he almost put a fat clause in my contract because he said, "I see your father, and your father, he's a big man, and you got to be careful with your weight." And he was almost going to put it in so I'd show up in camp not overweight. But he didn't do it, so and then I
showed up overweight.
No, I showed up maybe 5 pounds overweight. One year when I got married, I went on my honeymoon and I was drinking banana smoothies all honeymoon and eating like a pig. I come in, and Claude Rell told me, "Yankee boy, you have to lose some weight." He said, "I don't care what you do, but make sure when you eat salad. Eat salad 3 times a day." That was my nutritionist was Claude Rell.
Well, Rick, you were a number 1 overall draft pick. I imagine negotiations then. I mean, they have entry level contracts then, but I imagine the number 1 draft pick contract negotiations weren't, and the money wasn't like it is now.
Well, it was. You got a phone call the night before the draft and said, "We're taking you." And come in and sign your contract and blah, blah, blah. Sign on the dotted line and, drive away with your brand new Corvette, which, died and went to heaven. So, yeah, it's interesting how the business has evolved, but it's so different now because we call it the business, right? Trading for guys, signing guys, first of all, because they make so much money, they fit into our pay scale, and then they bring this ingredient to your team. So it's the way it is. It's just the nature of the business, but it's a great time to be a professional athlete.
How much was your first contract worth, Rick?
I signed 4 years, $75,000 for signing, and 45, 50, 55, 60,000.
Times have certainly changed.
Mine was...
I was a big wheel. I was like wheeling around like I owned the world.
Mine was $16,500. I had a 2-way deal in the minors, and then
what did you make in the minors then?
$16,500 in the minors.
In the minors, okay, yeah.
And I got a $2,500 signing bonus, and if I got called up, it was prorated to 65,000 Canadian dollars.
The
exchange rate was around, I don't know,
40.
Yeah, it was crazy, but whatever. That was our time. Whatever. That's the way it goes. They say timing's everything. Your health is everything, and these guys, here they are. I'm glad for hockey players. I really am happy for hockey players. For years, underpaid. And, for the schedule, 80, how many games now? 84?
82, going up to 84.
82, going to 84. Yeah. Like, it's a crazy schedule, exhausting, always putting your body on the line 4 nights a week. It's like crazy schedule. So, yeah, they deserve the money that they're getting. Some people might think it's excess, but there's guys who deserve it. It's hockey players.
Well, I always say when people talk about how ridiculous money that players make, I say, imagine how much the owners are making if they can afford to pay these guys this. I remember Shaquille O'Neal when he signed one of his big deals in the NBA, and somebody asked him, how does it feel to be so wealthy? He says, I'm not wealthy. He says, I'm rich. The guy who signs my paycheck every week, he's wealthy. Anyway, that's it for this bonus episode of the Hockey Inside Out Show. I hope you all enjoyed it. We'll be back with another regular show next week. See you then.